Hey, what is going on with y'all, man? It is Black Balloon, and I'm coming back with another video, so y'all already know what's going on. Alright, y'all. Now we are back to do a video on Kenneka Jenkins, right? Recently, I think when I did the video of the girl that went missing in Chicago, right? A lot of people started requesting for me to do Kenneka Jenkins. Now, throughout the years I've been doing YouTube, I've got hundreds and hundreds of requests to do Kenneka Jenkins, and especially, mixing in Zach TV as well, right? Only reason I never really did a complete video on Kenneka Jenkins is because I just didn't want to get lost in all the theories and going down rabbit holes that don't really exist, right? Now, if y'all have been on my channel for a while, or, if you're OGs to the channel, I like to kind of keep things simple. I'm the type of person that feels the truth is always right in front of you, it's not to discredit people who really like to, do a 10 to 20 part series to try and solve stuff, because sometimes it takes a lot of digging to get to the bottom of things. But if y'all have seen some of the comments that I've seen of people over the years about this case, you wouldn't want to do anything involving this. People have said they've lost sleep about this case. They've had nightmares about the case. They feel Kenneka is talking to them in their dreams. Can't sleep for weeks. Basically feeding right into the ritual of this entire thing to begin with. And it's kind of why I never really did the video, because I just didn't want to get lost in that, because that's not really how I like to do my content. It's not to say I'm not that kind of person, because I've made like my YouTube and everything all about that. Like, we like to dig for the truth, but there's certain stuff that I will just take certain things for face value, see what it is, know that this was a Freemasonic ritual, and I can deal with that. I'm that kind of person. Like, I know we're never going to know the complete truth, and I can deal with that. A lot of people can't stop or let it go, and I've also seen other people say that exact same thing. They're like, you know what, I'm done with this case. I'm getting a headache. It's so confusing, this and that. It's like, you got to know when to let go with some of this stuff, because then you're just chasing your own tail, and you're giving it so much energy. You're giving these demons so much energy, that you're feeding right into the purpose of this murder mystery to begin with, because it's almost like a game. You're participating in the game. You're participating in a murder mystery that was acted out in order for a group of people to study human emotions, in order for a group of people to study the process and flow of information. PSYOP sometimes is what they call it. And you should know and understand that there are people who study this stuff, who create murder mysteries, all kind of things in order to study human emotions, in order to study the flow of information through social media and the internet. This stuff is studied, y'all, and they will do these kind of things in order to, test their theories, learn people more, so in the future they know how to create, new agendas that they want to pursue. All kind of reasons. I can't name them all. I do want to do the video in two parts. The first video will be mostly just about how everything happened. We'll go over the 911 call. We'll go over an article or two, and we'll just get into like the way it all started. The second video will add in Zach TV and the things that he found and said, so on and so on. Although Zach TV was there the night of the party, he said it himself. So, even the things that Zach TV found and went through with this case was very questionable as well. A lot of people think he was actually a part of it, and, that he wasn't killed for trying to expose it. But we'll get into that on the second part, because if I combine them both, this video would probably be like over an hour or something long. So I'll stop talking, because there's a lot to talk about. There's so many different theories that, I'll just try to narrow it down and keep it simple. And we'll talk about what we really think happened to Kenneka Jenkins in the Crown Plaza Hotel in Chicago, right? Anyways, y'all, we'll go ahead and go to the very, very beginning of the death of Kenneka Jenkins, and we'll check out the 911 call that her mom, Teresa Martin, made. So with that being said, y'all, check this out.
911, where's the address of your emergency?
Yes, I'm at the Crown Plaza at O'Hare Airport, and I was calling because my daughter came to to a party here last night, a gathering with her friends, and now her friends, they said that they left her on the front of the hotel, and she's not able to be found now. She's 19 years old.
And you said that you said the Crown Plaza at O'Hare Airport?
Yes. Yes, and they said that when her friends was asking earlier today, like about 4 o'clock in the morning, because they run the video cameras, they said that they didn't have no cameras. But now I came, and it was a lady, she said that she heard music, and she asked me that I want to go upstairs, and we went upstairs on the 11th floor, and it was someone came to the room, and she said that she did see my daughter there with a group of girls and a couple of guys. But that's all she just saw because she was busy trying to get reception on her phone.
All right, well then, you know what? Are you sure you don't mean the Crown Plaza in Rosemont?
Yes, yes it is. I'm sorry, the Crown Plaza in Rosemont. That's exactly where it's at.
All right, y'all, real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt the 911 call. It's about 9 minutes, so I may have to interrupt it again because of YouTube policies with playing these clips so long. But I'm not going to lie. There's probably 15 things we can talk about in this 911 call alone. Now, the first 2 things that when you listen to this 911 call, it will make you think this entire thing is acted and fake to begin with. It's like you don't even got to go past the 911 call to realize that this don't even sound real to begin with. Now, if I'm not mistaken, she was last seen around 2:30 a.m. on the 9th floor. Now, this is why I say the number 9 is very important, and it automatically lets you know that this is a Freemasonic ritual right here, all right? She was 19 years old, correct? The party, as stated in this lawsuit, was on the 9th floor. So I don't know where the 11th floor came from with her mom. She said they went to the 11th floor first. I don't know where that came from, right? If something was going on the 11th floor, y'all let me know. She was 19 years old. Supposedly, she died on September 9th. She was on the 9th floor. September is also the 9th month of the year. We basically got a bunch of 6s if you flip that number 9. So the number 9 is very important in this ritual. Just 999 everywhere, right? And the reason I wanted to stop this real quick because I don't want to get ahead of myself because there's so much information to process. Now, I found the actual, lawsuit document, which she reaped $6 million from. There's another 6. And this lays everything out, even the people that they sued, the security company, the Crown Plaza Hotel, so on and so on. Even the people that own the Crown Plaza Hotel were part of this lawsuit, right? So it says on or about September 9th. She was found September 10th on a Sunday. We all know this is free Masonic days. This is when they like to do their rituals on Sundays, sun worship. On or about September 9th, 2017, at approximately 1:13 a.m., Kenneka Jenkins entered the Crown Plaza Hotel as a guest. On or about September 9th, at approximately 2:30 a.m., Kenneka Jenkins left the room on the 9th floor and was last seen by her friends at that time. So I don't know where the 11th floor came from. That's something to note right there. There were multiple notifications to the Crown Plaza defendants regarding the room where Kenneka Jenkins was believed to be. The security had constructive knowledge that there were too many occupants in the room. So this is basically them, saying that the hotel is at fault for this stuff, right? We'll probably come back to this as well, but I just wanted to show y'all the information about her last being seen at 3:30 a.m. well, in between the hours of 2:30 and 3:30 a.m. After last being seen leaving a room on the 9th floor, Kenneka Jenkins was visibly disoriented and in dire need of assistance. Another thing to notice, it sounded like right as I cut it off that she was being led by this guy who answered the phone, operator or police officer, whoever he is, right? There are multiple different Crowne Plazas in Chicago. There was absolutely no reason for him to say, "Are you sure you don't mean the Crowne Plaza in Rosemont?" I listened to it over and over. There was nothing for him to say that. Like, she didn't say anything to my knowledge that would have led him to be like, "Are you sure it's not the one in Rosemont?" Almost as if she was making a mistake and she said the wrong hotel, but he was like reminding her in a sense, like, "Yo, you just said the wrong hotel. Are you sure it's not the Rosemont?" And then she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It was at the Rosemont." When I heard that, I was like, hold on. That don't even make no sense. You never hear that actually happen where a person you've never talked to somehow, "Are you sure this is not the Rosemont?" Like, why would he not think it's the O'Hare location that I guess was by the airport? What would make him say, "Are you sure it's not the Rosemont?" As if like she forgot a piece of the script or something and it was really supposed to be the Rosemont location.
Are you sure you don't mean the Crowne Plaza in Rosemont?
Yes, yes it is. I'm sorry, the Crowne Plaza in Rosemont. That's exactly where it's at. I'm
okay,
so sorry.
No, it's okay. And have you and you said you spoke with the
front desk. I'm sitting outside right in front of the hotel in their parking lot right now.
And they were saying that they haven't seen your daughter since she left, or?
No, this is a different set. This is a different it's a new shift, and they said that they haven't seen her. Well, of course they wouldn't have seen her because this is like 3 or 4 in the morning. And I just seen that she was here because I just found the ticket where they entered this hotel. It was at 1:36 p.m. So hold on, this is not her ticket because this is on the 6th. My daughter wasn't here on the 6th.
Now, hold on, y'all. Wait a minute now. This is why I said I'm going to have to interrupt this call because, look, wait a minute. She just said, I know she's at the hotel. First off, she said she was sitting in the parking lot. And if you sitting in the parking lot, how do you confuse the airport location to the Rosemont location? I have no idea. But look, she said, I know she is here because of the ticket on when they entered the hotel. Now, I'm going to say she took her car. I think she took her car, right? She took her mom's car. So maybe that's how she got the supposed ticket. She said the ticket says they entered the hotel at 1:36 p.m. Maybe that's just a small mishap. She meant 1:36 a.m. More numerology, right? She then says, wait a minute. This ain't the correct ticket. This ticket says that she was here on the 6th. My daughter wasn't here on the 6th. And then doesn't say anything else. Waits for the officer to respond. What in the hell? That's why I said, y'all, we could break down this 911 call and have a whole video. You ain't even got to do nothing else. You already know this whole bullshit. I don't even think it was real. Y'all, we just read from the official lawsuit. She entered the hotel as a guest at 1:13, more numerology, 1:13 a.m. on the 9th. This all transpired when she entered the hotel to when she was last seen on the camera going in the kitchen at 3:32 a.m. This all happened in 2 hours, y'all, right in between the witching hour. 2 hours, according to the lawsuit. And there's supposedly like 36 hours of footage. It already starts full of bullshit. I really can't believe she said, wait a minute, this is the wrong ticket. This says the 6th. My daughter wasn't here on the 6th. And then didn't say anything else, y'all. She said nothing after that. I don't know if anyone paid attention much to this 911 call because you can damn near solve it all right here.
Okay, and well, you know, real quick, I'm just going to see if maybe I'm going to see if maybe she was here at all. What's your daughter's name?
Her name is Kenneka Jenkins.
All right, and could you spell her?
the room wasn't registering her name. She came with some friends here.
No, yeah, I just want to verify. I'm about to say I actually just came in myself. Probably been on shift for about 45 minutes, so I just want to make sure that, you know, maybe she didn't get arrested and sent on her. You know what I mean? I just want to double check everything. But
okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. But it doesn't look like we had any run-ins with her last night at all. Do you think it's possible maybe she went to one of her friends' houses, or, you know, she's probably...
No, actually, because she had my car. She was driving my car. She know I don't like nobody to drive my car because my insurance will not pay for no one besides her. And her friends kept calling my phone. I told them to stay out here. They stayed out here they called me like about 3-something in the morning. I was laying in bed. I just had breast surgery. I fought deep breast cancer. So I'm, sedated off medication early. And they telling me she out here. So once I rejuvenated, to strengthen myself enough to get up and drive out here to look for her. Once they brought me my car, I right out here. And I came to the hotel, and I showed them a picture of her, and I asked them if they see it. And there was a lady in the lobby, and she heard me asking at the front desk, and she said it was music. She did hear music. She called the one downstairs to report the room, and come to find out it was the people next door. And when we knocked on the door, that person said that she did see my daughter downstairs it was like 4 of them, and it was 4 of them. And she said my daughter, she was with 3 of her friends, but her 3 friends said, which then, these kids won't tell the truth. They said that they went upstairs to get her cell phone. And when they went to get her cell phone, she was standing in the lobby, in the front lobby. And then when they came back down, she wasn't there anymore.
All right, y'all, I cut the rest of the 911 call because it wasn't really necessary for us to listen to, right? I think the craziest thing about just the entire case, without, really going too deep in this moment, was everything happened in a span of 2 hours, y'all. 2 hours, as if this was plotted out and this was planned. I almost just feel, there's no way in 2 hours all of this happened. Now, the girl that's to the left on the screen, the one that was, people were really like trying to pick apart what was in her glasses, the reflection from her glasses. I think her name is Irene. She's the one that did that hour-long interview with Zach TV, right? A couple of months after everything happened, I think November of that year. She was already in the hotel. She wasn't with Kenneka when they came to the hotel. Kenneka came with, I think, 3 other girls. They arrived at 1:13. I also can show y'all a little news clip real quick that kind of has the timestamps at the top, so you'll see that's exactly when she got to the hotel.
Hours of new video are released revealing more about a woman found dead in a hotel freezer. CBS 2's Audrina Begas joins us now. So you've poured through this video. What is it showing us?
36 hours of video, and this was just released to us a few hours ago. This video shows Kenneka Jenkins walking into the kitchen, but we never see her entering the freezer. And tonight, that is why her family is not satisfied with the theory that she walked into the freezer on her own. Surveillance video shows Kenneka Jenkins walking with friends at the Crowne Plaza Hotel early Saturday morning. We see her a few hours later by herself. At one point, she stumbles out of an elevator. Later, she repeatedly hits the wall walking down this hallway. Another camera catches her running into a stairwell and then catching her fall. Video time codes appear to show Kenneka roaming the hotel for over an hour.
She's trying to find her way, and no one from Crowne Plaza Hotel responds to her.
Around 3:30 a.m., Kenneka enters a lower-level kitchen in the hotel. She walks out of frame, but then she's captured walking here on another camera. But we still don't see her entering the freezer.
I want to see her literally actually walking into this freezer and closing us up within this freezer.
Irene even confirms it that they got there around 1 something, right? Now, remember, the last time Kenneka was saw on footage was she was going through the kitchen. Mind you, conveniently, there's no footage of Kenneka going into the freezer. No footage at all. She goes off camera as she's walking through the kitchen. She goes down this little way, and there's no footage of her walking into it. You know, that's so convenient, almost as if this was perfectly planned. They knew there was a blind spot in the kitchen where she wouldn't be seen, so there will always remain a question. Did she let herself in that freezer? Was somebody walking with her that they edited out on the camera? Was that even Kenneka Jenkins in the first place, roaming the hotel in the middle of the night for an hour? Which is the craziest part to me. This is why I said all this happened in 2 hours is just insane. And I can't believe it for one bit that this was a natural occurring event. She got there at 1:13. From 2:30 or 2:26 all the way until 3:32 a.m. she was walking around the hotel drunk, y'all. Supposedly now. An entire hour just roaming the hotel, intoxicated. The friends didn't bother to go look for her. So a whole hour and nobody could find her. It don't even make sense. A person like me, like, I don't allow myself to even, go crazy because the original story doesn't make sense. I don't have to find out who was there, who did this, what friend did this, because it doesn't even make sense to begin with. I don't even think any of this is real. A part of me believes the theory that wasn't even Kenneka walking around. She had to be placed in that freezer. There's so much they can do with editing. So much that they can do. Now, do I believe that this was a real sacrifice? Yes, I do. Do I believe this has something to do with, organ harvesting? That could very well be possible because, that was one of the main topics talked about with the hotel for a very long time. But I don't believe it happened the way that it did. I think she was sacrificed and killed somewhere else and placed in the freezer. Part of me really does not believe that is actually Kenneka Jenkins walking through the hallways. We're talking about an hour, y'all. I don't care how drunk and out of it you are, drugged. Ain't no way you're going to be walking around for a whole... You just got there. Mind you, you just got there at 1:13, supposedly. Then an hour later, you super drunk, toe up, and you walking around the hotel. Nobody looks for you. Nobody finds you. Nobody really sees you. The last time the friend saw you was at the lobby. Supposedly, they went and got her cell phone because she was too drunk. They come back. She's gone. And then they leave, take her mom's car to her mom. And that's that. Didn't even attempt to look for her. Just said, Kenneka's gone. But yet, she's roaming around the entire hotel for an hour, bro. An hour. And magically walks herself into a freezer. Gets to the point where she finds a freezer and walks herself into it and dies and isn't found until damn near the next morning. Then it goes back to the mom saying that there was a ticket from September 6th and she tried to say my daughter wasn't there September 6th. So what happened on the 6th of September? Something had to happen that day. Maybe it was all originally shot on the 6th. and they play it with these cameras. They edit it to a point to where, you know, just like I talked about with the media thing, you know, anything they put out to us, we're eventually gonna believe, because that's all we have to work with. Something happened on September 6th. We can't let that date get out of our minds, because something happened that day. They gave us the plot. And then she slipped up and said, this is a different set in the 911 call. What you mean a different set? Who slips up and says that as if this is being acted out? Because it sounded like she was being led on that phone call. She didn't even, bro, she's a terrible actor. Even that piece, that footage I showed when they supposedly saw Kenneka and they ran out like they were screaming and crying, bro, that looked like the worst acting job I've ever seen in my life. It was whoever acted out playing Kenneka and walking through that hotel lost for an hour. That was a horrible acting job as well. Just stumbling all over the place. I'm sorry, y'all. It doesn't happen like that. I know people get drunk to a point where they can't walk and stuff like that, but for a whole hour, I just cannot believe that is the way it happened. Now, I think the last thing to mention in this video that could very well possibly tie it all together to be, you know, all planned and set up, is the fact that a lot of people thought Teresa Martin, Kenneka Jenkins' mom, was a part of the Order of the Eastern Stars. You know, if you do a little bit of research, you know that if you are a part of the Order of the Eastern Stars, it doesn't mean you are a Mason. It's a part of the Masonic family that welcomes both men and women, but men, they have to come in already a Master Mason. So a normal man just can't be, you know, initiated in by a family member. They have to already be a Master Mason. Women can only join through a family member that has already been a part of the order, and it could very well be possible that she has a family member and she's actually a part of, you know, the Order of the Eastern Stars. This picture right here was very telling. Right after she died, she had the blonde hair, she had the purple lipstick, the purple eyeshadow, and when they were protesting outside of the hotel, everyone was wearing purple, but of course they said it was Kenneka Jenkins' favorite color. So that could have been something that was just in disguise, you know, right in front of us. Also, a little bit of color coding when in that news clip I showed y'all, the lady was wearing a purple dress. So the number 9 and the color purple is, you know, very, very important in the ritual that we, you know, may have been watching with this whole Kenneka Jenkins thing, right? So for part 1, y'all, I think I'll go ahead and end the video here. Like I said, I do want to do a part 2 and talk about Zach TV and, you know, how close he got to everything, and the fact that he was there the night of the party and he was definitely involved a lot more than we may know. You know, we may not ever really know the full truth of how Zach TV was involved with this whole situation, but we do know the truth on how he died, and we will get into that in part 2 as well. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Y'all let me know first if y'all want to see the part 2, and definitely let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. So with that being said, y'all, it's Black Balloon, and I'm gonna see y'all soon. I'm out.